Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing some Gel X Pinterest-esque nails. They're going to be super cute and super fun and summery. So as you can see right now, I have a cute polka dot nail set on and I really like these, but we're gonna change it up. This is my drawing I have done of the idea of the set that I wanted to do. I'm gonna pop up on the screen the inspiration of this set. As you can see, it is not like the set. It just kind of, I took the green and the glitter and like the sparkles. That's what I went with. I really like the vibes of that set and I wanted to make it my own. And I took some other ideas like the bunny. I've seen that in a lot of people's sets too. And I just kind of combined them all together. And if you guys want to see how I sketch out my sets, I can show you guys that in a different video, but it's just kind of a simple way to plan it out. To get started, I'm going to be taking my drill and I'm going to be using this specific drill bit. I love it for removing polish. It is a ceramic bit, it's a safety bit. I love it. It works so well. It's not as coarse as you would typically use for removing product, and I use my Melody Susie drill, of course. I'd like to start off by just going around the cuticle. I kind of leave a bit of a gap, but I have a hard gel on my nails that can only be filed off. You cannot soak it off. So I leave a thin layer of that to protect my natural nails as they are getting a bit longer, just from the constant removal of changing my nails. So I like to take my time with this and really go on a lower speed, like around 10 RPM, 10,000 RPMs, just to avoid accidentally overfiling and hitting my natural nail. So I really just take my time with this, as you guys can see. You want to go slow, and I recommend practicing and just taking your time while removing product because you can overfile and it would hurt. I'm all done filing off all the polish. I'm now just dusting away all the dust because if you do your own nails, you know how dusty everything gets. It's very, very annoying. Here are my nails after I removed all the product. And now I'm just going to go in with this sanding band bit. It's the mini sanding band bit by Melody Susie, and I love it. It's pink, it's so cute. And you're going to want to use your drill at about 3,000 RPMs here. I am filing some hard gel that's around my cuticles still, so I'm using it a bit higher. But if this is your natural nails, you're going to want to use a very low RPM and be very, very careful. You can overfile even though you're using a sanding band bit. They are meant for the natural nail, but you have to be very careful. And I'm removing also some dead skin around my cuticle and using it almost to like push back my cuticles. This is my favorite thing to do to prep my nails. Highly recommend it. So I'm just going to continue blending in the product to my natural nails that is left on my nail. I'm all done filing, and as you can see, I accidentally nicked the tip of my nail. I'm really annoyed about that because I've been growing them out, but I'm just filing that down here, and it's really sad. Really, really sad because they've been getting so nice and long, but alas, it'll grow back. Whatever. I could have fixed it, but it's okay. After all the filing is complete, I like to take some isopropyl alcohol on a lint-free wipe, and I like to cleanse off all the dust to help better adhesion later on and to just keep things clean from the start. So once that's done, your nails are going to look beautiful and nice and crusty. The next step is to prep the natural nail by removing the cuticles. I use the Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover. Anyone should work, but this is just my favorite. I've done my nails for like 8 or 9 years, and I've only had to buy 2 of these. This is the second one. They last a very long time. You just need a small amount and just put it around the cuticle as I'm doing here. And then you just let it sit for like 30 seconds to like a minute, not even. By the time you're done like applying it, you're good to go, and it just works so well. Then I'm taking my old crusty dusty cuticle pusher. Again, I've had this thing for like 8 years, but it still works. and you're just going to gently, very gently push back your cuticles. It's a metal tool. You can damage your nails, so be very, very, very gentle. I would like to just apologize for including so much prep in this video so far. I just find that the prep is one, satisfying, and two, it is the most important thing about doing your nails. It can prevent damage further on if you do it correctly, and it helps your nails adhere. If you do not do the proper prep, your nails are just going to pop off. So definitely focus on the prep when you're starting off learning on how to do your own nails. And it's also quite satisfying and therapeutic. So I recommend that you guys take some notes and just have fun with it and just relax while you do your nails. I am once again going to cleanse my nails with isopropyl alcohol very, very thoroughly to get any of the cuticle remover off. This prevents lifting in the future, and also you don't want the cuticle remover to be on your nails for a very long time. Next, I'm going to take my cuticle nippers and very carefully clip any excess skin I have around my cuticle or hangnails. I do not have a lot, so I'm just clipping more hangnails because when I have short nails, I tend to pick at the skin around my nails. So you're going to be extremely careful. If you cut yourself and it gets infected, it can be a really big pain in the butt. Like you'd have to go on antibiotics and stuff. So I'm just cutting off dead skin or like any calluses I have from work. I'm a server, so sometimes carrying jugs of coffee and stuff, they can cause calluses on my around my fingers and stuff, so I just like to remove those and just be very, very careful. And here are the nails so far, looking beautiful, prepped, and just ready for some gel extensions. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. I'm gonna go in with the Apres Gel X tips in medium coffin. A new favorite of mine. I've been liking these. They're like the perfect length. I just love them. You're going to want to size them out sidewall to sidewall and just really make sure they fit. This first one was just a tad bit too small, so I went up in a size. Their tips have like half sizes that work quite well actually. I love the half sizes because then they fit perfect. And you just really want to find the right size. I was debating about the length and the shape because I felt like they might be too long, but in the end, I'm happy I chose these a bit longer than I usually do, but I love it so much. Now that I have all my tips sized out, I'm going to go around the cuticle of the tip and I'm going to make it less square, like round it out a bit because my cuticles are not square, they're quite round. My thumbs are a bit more square, so I typically have to do less filing for those. And you want to be very gentle and just check to make sure you're not overfiling it. You can always grab a new tip, but then you're wasting them and they are expensive. So just take your time and just really get it to blend with your natural cuticle. As you can see, it is now a perfect fit. Then once I've done that to all of the tips, I'm going to take my sanding band and I'm going to use about a 2000 RPM to 3000, and I'm just going to very gently go in and etch the inside of the tip. You can use like a pH primer or whatever to chemically etch it, but I just find that physically sanding it and etching it works better. Sometimes I do both and then it's like perfect adhesion, but I just felt like etching it with a drill bit today, so that's what I did. But I kind of go back and forth. It really just depends, but you're gonna do that to all the tips. Then once I've done that to all of them, you're going to want to brush off all the dust that's inside. This just prevents that from being adhered into your nail or like onto your nail, which you don't want. Then I'm going to take my dehydrator from Model 1s. I love this stuff. And you're just going to put that on all your nails. This can go on your skin like it's not the end of the world. And this just sucks out all the moisture from your nails. I just love it so much. And doing this on both hands. You're going to want to put a decent amount. Sometimes I go in with 2 layers, but again, I have hard gel on my nails, so I don't really need to. Then the next step is you're going to take your base coat. I use the Yogo Zombie base coat. This is a thicker consistency gel and it's a bit more expensive. It's Korean nail supplies, but I love it. And yeah, as you can see, it's just a nice thick consistency. I love it so much. You're going to put this on your nail and do not get this on your skin or flood your cuticle. If you do, wipe it with some acetone immediately. That will prevent lifting and also prevent contact dermatitis. Whenever using gel products, be very careful not to get it on your skin. Practice with regular nail polish first with painting your nails, and then once you're good at that, then move to gel polish because you do not want to get contact dermatitis. It would not be fun. Once that is all applied, your nails are going to look beautiful and ready again for some extensions. So to do the extensions, you're going to need a flash cure light. This one's from Amazon. It's super cheap. It comes with a stand and you can maneuver it however you want. I really, really like this one. And you're going to need some nail glue. I use the Beetles nail glue. It is so good. I just love it. It is like a medium consistency and it's cheap. Like you can get like 2 bottles for like 15 bucks, I think, or 20 bucks or something like that. They're like full-size bottles too. So to apply the tips, what you're going to do is you're going to take a very small amount of gel polish on the brush and you're going to paint a thin layer inside the entire tip over the part that you etched, okay? Then you take the brush and you scrape it across the cuticle like that and get a little bead in there. This is how I like to do it. And then you turn on your light and then you start a 45-degree angle and you press down at the cuticle and gently put pressure going towards the free edge of your nail. And then you're going to flash cure it. Flash curing does not substitute a full cure. You still have to full cure them after. I like to do one hand and then full cure, and then come back and do the other hand. And there's your nail. It's that easy. So this is what the nails look like once they're applied. Beautiful application. I love it. It's so nice and clean. But next, we are going to top coat the undersides. To do that, you need to prep the tip. I'm using the Prep Bonder by Bandy, I'm pretty sure it's called. And you're just going to want to put that on underside free edge of your nail, as shown here. And this just helps the top coat to stick to it. And I top coat the bottom so that it doesn't attract dirt and it doesn't get stuck there. I use a really cheap Beetles top coat and I just do a very thin layer. underneath my nails just to protect them and not let dirt get trapped under there. So these are what the nails are looking like once they're top coated. Next, I'm going to go in and just shape them up a bit. I do like the shape of these tips, but I just wanted to make it a little bit more narrow. I'm using a 100-180 grit nail file and just sharpening up the sides and also removing the little tab that's at the free edge and just customizing them a bit to my liking. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend in the cuticle of all the nails and remove any excess gel, although I didn't have much spillage while gluing these tips on. I just use a sanding band bit for this, and you can also seal with acetone, which I usually do, but I forgot to do it this time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I can show you guys in a different video, but yeah, I just like to really seal the cuticle in with this sanding band bit on a lower speed, like around 3000 RPMs, and it just helps them blend beautifully. Then these are what the nails are looking like after I buffed and washed them. I'm gonna start by painting with glitter number 0.05 from Yogurt Nails. It's a Korean gel polish. It's a beautiful color. It's a milky white, but I don't find that it's milky enough. Like there's not enough opacity in the white part of it, like the base of the polish. So I do go in with a milky white polish over top, but I'm just gonna apply 2 coats of this to every single nail. Next, I'm going in with the Milky White polish. It's syrup number 5 from, again, Yogurt Nails, Korea. And I'm putting this over top of the glitter. I really like the effect that it gives, and it, again, just makes the milky glitter polish more milky white, which is what I was going for in this particular set. So I'm just going to apply one thin coat of this over top of every single nail. After curing, this is what the nails are looking like. And before I do nail art, I like to always go in and wipe off the inhibition layer with some isopropyl alcohol. This is just because I don't like how everything's sticky and I feel like lint gets stuck to my nails and it just drives me crazy. So I just give them a really good wiping down and get all the stickiness off of them, and then they'll be ready for nail art. I'm going to be using a transparent sticky note as my nail palette. I highly recommend you get these. They're like a couple dollars and they work so well as just a nail palette that's disposable. I'm also grabbing a bunch of brushes. These are my favorite ones. I keep them in this little cherry container. It's so cute. I got it for like $1.50 at the Dollar Tree. And I'm just grabbing some dotting tools and some brushes. I recommend investing in some good quality brushes. I'm going to be doing an ombre on most of my nails, and so I'm using syrup gels for that. I find that they just ombre beautifully. I'm using this pink shade on like every second nail, and then on the other nails I'm using a green shade. So you're just going to paint a thin layer on the tip of the nail, and then you're going to take an ombre brush and you're just going to dab along the edge. Again, syrup gels blend beautifully, so this isn't really an issue. I'm flash curing in between each layer. You're going to want to make sure that your layers are thin so that they do not wrinkle when you flash cure them. And then I'm going in with a second coat and I'm again making sure it's very, very thin. And as you can see now, the pigment, you can get that subtle pink shade that I was really, really looking for. This is what the nails look like after I've done the ombre. I've left my ring finger on one hand and my pointer on the other one, not with the ombre. I'm then going in with the IBD Builder Gel. I love using this for 3D nail art. It works so well. It is quite a thick consistency and it cannot be soaked off. By the way, it has to be filed off. Hard gel is not, you're not able to soak it off, okay? So remember that whenever you are using hard gel that is a pain in the butt to get off. But I'm taking a large bead of that on my brush and I'm going in on the nails that I left blank with no ombre and I'm creating a little bunny. And doing so, I'm creating the head first. And you want to maneuver the gel and let gravity do its work. And that is probably the easiest way to do that is to let gravity work because otherwise you're going to be fighting with this very thick gel and it's just not going to move. And you're going to want to make sure that the second you get it in the position you like, you flash cure it. Next, I'm going to take a couple of these cheaper Beetle gel polishes. I do not have the shades I really, really wanted, specifically of the green, but you make do with what you have. And I'm also using a brown just to do two small little eyes. I'm going to go in and paint the bunny pink. I did 2 coats of this, and you want to make sure you cover every inch of the bunny and just get a nice even layer. Once that's cured, I'm just going in and creating two small little eyes with the brown gel. I find black is too harsh when doing a design like this, so I use brown. I'm then going in and making some strawberries. The easiest way to do this is with a dotting tool, and I'm making them pink. I thought it would be cute, and I'm just making some triangular shapes sporadically around the nail to form the strawberries. Then I'm going in and I'm painting the little leaves on the strawberries. I'm using the same like colors throughout the whole set to make them like blend better together. So that's why the leaves and the bows and everything are all the same shade of green. I just find that it makes the set more cohesive. And then next I'm going in and painting some bows on the rest of the nails that don't have the strawberry or the bunny. I just wanted some green little pops of color and I thought that it was really cute. Um, Bows are very easy to paint. Like, I love painting bows on my nails. It is like, I'm like addicted to it. If I ever want to set and I don't know what to do, I just paint bows on them, honestly. It's the easiest way to level up your set. So this is what the nails look like after I've done all the hand painting. I am now going to go in and bedazzle them with a bunch of charms and pearls and all the fun stuff. So in this set here of these like bows, it comes with these pearls and there's like heart pearls and they are so cute. So I used some of those, but I also wanted like some smaller pearls. So I grabbed these ones I got from like Amazon or something. And I'm just using like the smallest two sizes. And to glue those on, you want to use the rhinestone glue. I have the Macart one. And I'm gluing one in the center of every single bow and then a couple just sporadically around the nail. And I recommend after you glue these on, you put more rhinestone glue on top of the pearls. Otherwise, they will rub off and you will lose the pearl finish. I did it on one hand and then I didn't do it on the other hand just to see if it made a difference. And it does. Like, it's been like a week now and like half the pearls are not even pearlescent on one hand. And I'm using this like tool where you can like maneuver the other side with like it's like a metal point to like get them all in the right position. And then you're gonna want to flash cure this because although the rhinestone glue gel is thick, it can still move around. And now I'm going in, my favorite part is top coating. I find it so fun. I'm using the Yogo Zombie top coat. This is a very thick top coat. I wish I had a nice quality thin one, but because it's just hard to get around all the pearls with such a thick top coat, but it lasts so long and it's just a beautiful top coat. I really like to take my time when top coating nails because I want to make sure I get every inch and that it's a nice even layer. I'll even sometimes let the gel settle like upside down for a bit so that that way it will create a nice like smooth finish over my entire nail, especially when I do like hand painted nail art. So I just went in and I top coated every single nail and just got them all nice and shiny. This is what the nails look like once they are all top coated. Very, very cute. This is the final set. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something about doing your nails and just ways to make them more Pinteresty. I think that's a word. I've created it. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.